power in 1986 triggered by the breakaway of then Defense Secretary Juan Ponce Enrile, now Senate President, and of course one of the top officers of the Reform the Armed Forces of Movement, then Colonel Honasan, but now the Senator of the Republic, Senator Gregorio Honasan, and he joins us this morning on Nation in Motion. Good morning, Senator.
Good morning, Freddie. Thank you for this opportunity.
If you look back at what happened in 1986 and 26 years or 27 years later, would you say the country is now in better shape?
Well, depending on how you look at it, this is a very important. Nobody said it would be easy. Less social injustice. Well, I guess we're talking about we have so much democratic space.
In terms of how Filipinos value the freedom that they have in building this country.
Definitely. We have more young people getting involved, especially in the social more questions about so this requires a lot of transparency. But then again, there's so much personality involved. Even transactional politics, which will have to push the clock to find
what reforms do you think have been put in place since then, which made our people realize that good governance is the key in moving forward?
Predictability in terms of
As an institution has been very proactive in providing those opportunities for our young people now, given the fact that, there is a perception that, the Senate has been engaged in too much investigation and less of the policy making that should be done.
Well, that is part of the democratic space. Designed to allow us to either repeal, amend existing laws, or come up with new laws. So I guess we have gone a long way, even the Senate as an institution.
Now, what about the current Senate working with the current government? President Aquino, a former member of the Senate, who's now engaged in a lot of reforms. His crusade against corruption, is this something that
is fully supported by you?
Oh yes, definitely. Even if I been taken in by the UNA, the United Nationalist Alliance of Vice President Binay, former President Estrada, and Senate President Enrile. We have already drawn the line, so to speak, and proclaimed and made the pronouncement that UNA will be the responsible opposition. Freddie, what does this mean? What must emerge from the coming 2013 May elections is an independent fiscalizing Senate, which is a core component of a functioning democracy, so that we can give life to the principle of checks and balances and the ability of our democracy to curtail any abuse or indiscreet use of power.
What should be continued by you if ever you make it to another term?
Freddie, I'm glad you asked that question. To me, this campaign, which will run up and lead up to the May 2013 elections, is not, for me, about making promises. No? It's about record, performance. Like you said, I will simply continue what I started for the last 15 years, what I'm doing now, and what I intend to do. God willing, I earn another 6-year mandate.
What is the most significant legislation which you feel has made the kind of impact for reforms and changing the mindset of our people?
Let me start with the present. The land use policy, the Freedom of Information Bill, which we call in the Senate the POGI Bill, People's Ownership of Government Information Bill, the rehabilitation of the government channel, clean air, clean water, solid waste management, the Fire Code of 2008, reforms in the peace and order among the law enforcement agencies, the gun control law, and a series of amendments to the Dangerous Drugs Act of 2002, which we have been working on. So there are too many of them, but I guarantee, Freddie, all of them have made an impact on our national life, especially the lives of our children.
Going to defense, since you're closely associated with the armed forces, needs to be done between now and the end of the president's term, knowing that we're in a situation where we are facing China as a problem right now, and the future of our armed forces needs a lot of attention.
Well, pass a more updated national security law.
Why?
Because our Commonwealth Act number 1,
It's outdated?
70 years old, drafted by Majors Dwight Eisenhower and William Ward. That will define our national security policy, which must converge with our foreign policy. Case in point, the West Philippine Sea issue between us and China, which I think requires all of us, not only through legislation, to conduct a performance audit of all the multilateral and bilateral security and economic arrangements we have signed with other countries.
Idealism which you had when you first, created or formed the armed forces movement, is it still there?
Of course, that has been part of our, that has been the defining character of our career as a public servant. No? I'm just wearing a different costume now.
But looking at the future, and if you make it again, what sort of advocacy will you continue to champion in the Senate and champion for our people?
Well, food, jobs, schools, hospitals, education, nutrition, Freddie, to intervene between the ages of 0 to 5 children. Because I guess no matter how much we modernize our educational programs, if we do not intervene at the proper time between the ages of 0 to 5, I guess it will be a case of diminishing returns. And I raise this issue because K to 12 is good. We have articulated this to the concerned departments, no? But it's more basic than that. In fact, the information we're getting is alarming. It's reported that 80 to 100 children between the ages of 0 to 5 die every day from malnutrition-related causes.
You know, you put your life on the line so many times, not only during EDSA, but so many other battlefields that you fought in. How would you like our young people to remember just how would you like our young people to express their own affection for this country in terms of building a country that they can inherit from us, the young ones?
You know, Freddie, what comes to mind almost immediately, if you're talking about what I can impart to the young people, in the ancient world, heroism was not defined in iconic terms. No? Heroes were any person, young or old, man or woman, who worked and built for the next generation, were heroes. I think we should tell our children that all of us, Filipinos, all 100 million of us, including those scattered in 120 countries all over the world, or 200 countries all over the world, must be heroes for the sake of the next generation.
Thank you very much. That's Senator Gregorio Honasan joining us this morning on Nation in Motion.